myth out there, and that's the myth that employment laws, and there's lots of them depending on what industry you're in and how many employees you have. There are potentially more than 100 employment and labor laws that could apply to you. And when I say you, I mean you. I mean you guys in this business. A lot of the folks in the religious business think they have tons of immunities out there statutorily, and the reality is they don't. There is one big one. It's a Title VII, which is the federal law passed back in 1964 that protects against discrimination in the workplace based on certain characteristics like color, national origin, religious belief. There is an exception to Title VII for religious organizations when they make hiring decisions. In other words, if I'm the leader of a Mormon church and I'm hiring for a custodial position, I'm free and I'm not violating Title VII by saying, I want to hire someone of the Mormon faith to fill this position. And not only do I want to hire them, I won't even consider anybody else. That's okay. And that's not a violation of federal law. It obviously would be if you weren't a religious organization. Certainly my law firm couldn't say that, or just about any other business out there couldn't say that. You know, it's a brave new world out there. 25%, 1 in 4 cases of a non-criminal variety that were filed in this country in federal court last year were employment cases. Were cases where current or former employees were suing their current or former company for something they believed had happened or didn't happen and should have happened to them in the workplace. The other sort of scary thing, and I know we have some insurance professionals out there, I know I chatted with one of them at least beforehand, is that you got one out of every 4 claims in federal court are employment claims, and you've got, and this isn't just true of religious organizations, it's true across the board. I represent clients of all shapes and sizes and in different industries. And all of them, almost, who have insurance, think they have insurance that will cover them for workplace claims by their employees. And I will tell you, just based on my very unscientific sampling, I would say about 1 out of 4, maybe 1 out of 3 do. You know, your typical CGL, which is a commercial general liability, which you all probably have, is great, but it doesn't cover you when somebody says you wrongfully terminated me because I was over 40, or you denied me that promotion because I'm a woman, or any of these claims. You have to have separate insurance coverage. It's called EPL, sometimes EPLI coverage, which is an acronym for Employment Practices Liability. And those are the only kind of insurance policies that are going to cover you for these types of claims. And there's tons of them out there.